Knowing how to play against every character is just as important as knowing how to play your character. There are certain ways to deal with every character, and you must know how in order to stay alive with Doomfist. This next guide will include everything that you must do and must not do against every character in the game. Since I got such great feedback from the last guide, I'm going to make sure that I make the next guide out as fast as possible. I am LB Mercy, and I'm going to show you all how to play against every character in the game. The very first person we're going to go over is Yatta. Yatta is currently the easiest support to kill in the game. In order to kill him, all you must do is hit him with your basic combo and he'll be dead immediately. You can do this from the front or from the back, either way it works for him. The one thing you do not want to do against Yatta is to charge at him when he is charging his left click. Simply because if you charge at him with his left click, he can easily left click you and kill you immediately. Next up we have Symmetra. The only bad thing you need to know about Symmetra is that she can block your Seismic Slam with her shield. Otherwise you can really kill her with your basic combo. The one thing you do not want to do against Symmetra is to follow her into a trap room. Her trap room is there for a reason, and you do not want to walk in there, trust me. Whenever you are the only flanker on the team, it is your job to go after this teleporter. Next up we have Moira. It's really hard to kill Moira when she has her fade ability, simply because you don't know where she'll be going. So what you really want to do is to bait her fade ability, and the second that she fades, you want to get her immediately. Next up is Mercy. With Mercy, you want to kill her with your rocket punch, or your uppercut actually. You do this because if you don't, she'll just fly back to her team and just heal up. Next we have Lucio. Lucio is currently the hardest support to kill in the game, simply because when you're trying to combo him, all he has to do is boop you away and you will miss that opportunity to kill. If Lucio is not the last person on the point, then you want to leave him as a last priority, simply because it's too hard to kill him with a Doomfist. Next we have Brigitte. Brigitte will be the only support that you are unable to one-shot. In order to kill Brigitte, you want to really hit her from behind and combo her that way. Otherwise, you are not going to be able to get that kill off. Brigitte can also stop your combos if you are too close to her, so make sure you are a fair distance away from her before you try to uppercut her. Brigitte can also shield bash you out of your rocket punch, but if you release your rocket punch, she will always lose against the straightforward punch. It is possible to kill a Brigitte while she is in her ultimate, but you might want to leave that to your teammates simply because it uses up all of your abilities. Next is Ana. What you want to do with Ana is to never try to Seismic Slam in front of her, simply because she can put you to sleep and then allow her team to do the rest of the work. What you want to do instead is hit her from behind and kill her instantly and then get out the fight. Moving into the tanks, we have Zarya. Zarya is actually not as hard to kill as people may think she is. In order to kill the Zarya, all you must do is to bait her bubble using your rocket punch, and the second she puts it down, use your Seismic Slam and uppercut to easily kill her. Next is Winston. With Winston, you always want to knock him out of his bubble, simply because you don't want him hiding against it. When you knock him out of his bubble, you want to kill him immediately before he tries the Primal Rage. The next tank we want to talk about is Roadhog. With Roadhog's hook, he will always have an advantage over you, and deep breathing will always be a pain in your side. There is a way to kill the Roadhog, but you must use absolutely all your resources to kill him. The best way to kill a Roadhog is to use your basic combo on him, and the second he's about to go for the deep breathing, you want to punch him out of it immediately and then unload everything else you have into him. Next is Reinhardt. Note that when you use your rocket punch on Reinhardt, he can use his charge ability to instantly cancel your rocket punch. This only happens when charging toward him, but if he has one of your friends pinned, you can punch him out of it from behind. Reinhardt cannot block your rocket punch or your uppercut, but he can block your Seismic Slam ability, and he can also block your ultimate, so be careful of this. One cool thing that you want to do when the enemy has a Reinhardt is to rocket punch behind him and then hit him towards your team just to get an advantage. Next is Orisa. When fighting Orisa, you never want to really fight her when she has her fortify ability simply because you don't have the damage to actually kill her. What you want to do instead is wait for her fortify to go down and immediately go after her and try to kill her. Next we have Diva. When fighting a Diva, you really want to have a teammate there with you simply because you have a big hitbox and it's easier for Diva to melt you down with her rockets and her shots. Not only that, she can chase you down if you try to get away as well. But when it comes to the small Diva, you should really have no problem in killing her. Moving on to the defense category, we have Widowmaker. When fighting a Widowmaker, you always want to get her by surprise and never want to go straight onto her simply because she can get that clean headshot on you easily. If at all possible, you want to get as close as you can to her and try to kill her with your uppercut and then chase her down with your seismic slam when she grappling hooks. The one thing I do not see any Doomfist utilize at all is the animation of the aerial seismic slam. When Doomfist uses his aerial seismic slam, he turns and puts his arm to the side of his face. You can use it to your advantage by turning slightly to the left and completely covering your head when you are going in to kill the Widowmaker. Next we have Torbjorn. Torbjorn's turn makes it hard for Doomfist to stay in the fight simply because it will lock onto him and does the damage it needs before Doomfist can actually get out. It should also never be your job to actually destroy Torbjorn's turn simply because you don't do the damage enough to actually kill it. The one saving grace about this matchup though is that you can easily kill Torbjorn with your basic combo, but his molten core is a different story. Next up we have Mei. There are only two things you need to know when you're going against Mei. The first thing is you want to use one of your abilities to bait the Mei into her ice. When second she comes out of the ice, you want to punish her immediately. The next thing you want to know is whenever Mei is freezing you, you want to turn around and look towards the ground so it'll make it harder for her to get that headshot on. Next is Junkrat. When facing Junkrat, there are two very important things you need to know. One, you do not want to fight him in close quarters combat simply because he will always win, and two, you want to avoid his trap at all times. If you do one of these two things, then you are most likely able to win that 1v1. If a Junkrat is using his mind to kill you, then you can backfire it on him by using his mind to kill him instead. One more thing, the tire is punchable, people. The tire is punchable. Next is Hanzo. When fighting Hanzo, you never want to go at him straight forward simply because he will scatter you straight away and get an easy kill off. So hitting him from behind will always be the better option. Finally, we have Bastion. The whole reason I always say you don't play Doomfist against Bastion is simply because you can't do anything against Bastion. Everything you do does not do enough damage to actually kill Bastion, and if you try, he'll kill you before you're able to kill him. The only way you can honestly kill the Bastion is by using your ultimate on him and using your rising uppercut right afterwards. Moving finally to the attack category, we have Tracer. Tracer can be one-shot in many different ways, but the main way is to charge your rocket punch halfway and then hit her immediately. If you feel like you cannot win the 1v1, then you should immediately retreat to high ground to get away from the Tracer that cannot follow you. The one main way of dealing with Tracer is to bait her into a room and then immediately punch her when she walks through. The more advanced way of dealing with Tracer is to remember where the fight with her started off and to charge your rocket punch and hit her the second she hits out of recall. Trust me, this looks fucking amazing. Next we have Sombra. When fighting Sombra, you want to always use your rocket punch to get out of the range of the hack. You can also do this when you're about to get hacked as well, but you will need the reaction of a god in order to react to that time. Note that this does not work with any of his other abilities simply because neither one of them have enough range in order to get out of it. The key to playing against a Sombra that's focusing you is to play slightly behind your team, so even if you are hacked, your team can follow up and try to protect you as well. Next up is Soldier 76. It's really easy to deal with Soldier 76 from episodes because all you need is your basic combo to kill him. You can also kill him from far with a simple rollout. Just remember to always mix it up when you go into him. Next is Reaper. Even though he's a skill matchup, you can easily win this matchup if you play it right. All you have to do is to charge your right click and to bait out his fade. The second he comes out of his fade, you want to use your basic combo on him and you can kill him easily. Also note, when Reaper is using his ultimate, you want to punch him immediately instead of trying to charge the entire punch to kill him. Next up is Pharah. The only way you're going to be able to kill Pharah is to use your uppercut and start shooting at her when you are close enough. This is actually one of the hardest things you're going to be able to do, and she's the hardest DPS for you to actually kill at the moment. The only other way you can kill her is if she's close enough to the ground, but that virtually never happens. Next we have McCree. You never want to seismic slam straight into McCree simply because he can flashbang you and then fan the hammer and kill you almost instantly. What you want to do instead, you want to go behind him and try to take him out with your basic combo. Or you can hit him with an unexpected rollout so he doesn't have time to flashbang you. Next up is Genji. It's actually pretty hard to kill a Genji when he's climbing walls. You don't have the range to actually kill him and your ability won't land unless he's on the ground. What you want to do instead is to bait out all his abilities using your uppercut or your rocket punch and then immediately take him out afterwards. And lastly we have Doomfist. When the Doomfist 1v1, all you have to remember is the first person to punch is the person to lose. When you see the Doomfist charging his punch, you want to punch him immediately, then follow up with an uppercut to shoot him. This will almost always guarantee your win in the 1v1. Lastly, if the Doomfist is trying to ult you, all you have to do is stand still, and the second you see the red above you, you want to use your rocket punch to get out and then come back with a decisive seismic slam to uppercut. And that is everything. I really do appreciate the comments that I got from the last session, and I really will try to make the next Doomfist guide as fast as I can. The next guide will be the advanced tips and everything you need to know when trying to go in with Doomfist. If there's anything that you feel like I missed in this video, then don't forget to ask me in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe and to like my videos so I know that I'm actually doing a good job. I am LB Mercy, and I will see you all next time.